So my large 32,000 piece Ravensburger is in my daughter's basement. Inside this box I have 6 completed panels, and these 2 are yet to do. So when I said we moved, we sold our house and moved, we did. We sold our house and we decided to downsize in Canada. So this is our summer home. A little bit smaller than the last one, but gonna have to figure out how I can do my large jigsaw puzzles in here. So let's see what happens. If you remember from before, I had a large puzzle room with a nice big 4-foot by 6-foot table. Well, believe it or not, I managed to get that table into here. So let's go take a look at what my new puzzling space looks like. A little different than before, but should still do the job. So this here is our new home, and this is my puzzle table. Kind of takes up the whole living space, but that's fine. Got that set up. Got my arm set up for the camera, and I went to I have the bag here. Since I only have this panel and this panel left, I know I have the right bag since I can see sky pieces in there. So we're going to tackle that one and then leave this bad baby for last. So I'm going to sort of set everything up and do some sorting and go to work, and I'll check with you later. Well, the bucket's empty. The only thing left is the ever popular Ravensburger dust. So now what have we got? We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 main buckets, 1 small one, and then the edge pieces are here on the table. This first bucket here is what I'm calling pieces of interest, or pieces that I can work on right away. Anything that's got sky and something else. I know I've got these things there. I've got this skyline there as well. I got this little bit, and I think some of that, so that'll be enough to get me started. This bucket here is the pieces that have some black on them and some either buildings or white, so we'll push that aside till much later. This one here is either, I believe most of it is sort of the far horizon here. There might be a bit of this cloud mixed in there as well. So this one here is plain sky pieces. This bucket here is, I attempted as I was doing it, I think I managed to pull out this, I managed to pull out some of this building, some of this building, and some of this building. So this has got sort of the 4 main buildings pieces for that, and I'm sure it's not complete as it gets tough after a while. And then the last bucket here, this one here, would be sort of the bulk of stuff here in the middle. So what we're going to do first is we'll put the edge together. I'm not normally an edge first person, but it makes sense in this puzzle. So we'll do across the top, down that side, and then after that we'll dig into this bucket here. So we'll see how we make out with that and check with you again later. So my first box is empty. So it's my initial pieces of interest, which are now scattered about the table. Talk about that for a minute. Most of that was, we did this tower, as well as this sort of grid work here. Some along this horizon line, and a few other. We have to pull this here, pull a little bit up there, and pull a bit over here. So if I look along the top here, you can see there's that tower, there's that big green number 4. This is this part of the tower, but it's broken up by the window frame. Have the horizon line. This tower here is done, and then more horizon lines, some over here, a bit of this building here, and the white area, which is this bit of water. We've got a number of other pieces scattered about. Probably collect them up, and then it's time to decide what to do next. We've got 3. This one here is my bucket of sort of far horizon stuff. Don't really want to dig into that one yet because I'm not so sure how easy that will be to do at this point. I'd like to find a few pieces out of there, so we may dump this, find the pieces, and throw it back. I wouldn't mind grabbing these blue sky parts, which would allow me to do this large cloud across the top, but we'll see about that. This is my ultra miscellaneous. Don't think I'll dig into that one, so which leaves me with this one, which was this building, the greens, this one, and this one. What I'd like to do is I'd like to go through this. I'd like to pull out these greens, this building, and then probably this green as well, since it won't be that hard. Then that'll at least allow me to sort of tackle this bottom corner, and may sort this from this at the same point. So I think we'll tackle this one and try to break this into about 3 or 4 different buckets and then take it from there. Okay, we're about 9 hours in. Doesn't look like much is done, but where are we since last time? Well, probably the biggest thing I did was I sorted through all of the sky pieces and pulled out the dark blue, did those clouds. I pulled that out of the box of sort of far horizon stuff. And then my big box I had here, which was a combination of this building, this one, and this one. I went and dug into that. I'm not quite through it, but I think enough for now to get me going. And I separated this one here, which is this bucket here. So I'm going to put that together. This bucket here has green and blue in it, so I can do this and this, or part of that, probably the green at least. This bucket is this building. This bucket is this building here. And then that one is what I knew for sure was that. And this one is still miscellaneous. But rather than mix it in, I think I'll leave it where it's at for now. I think I'm going to stop doing this for a while, and I'm going to tackle this bucket right here, and do this little building in the corner. So maybe we'll set up the camera for a while and let you watch me do that. Time to check in and see how we're doing. I'm now into day 2 of this, of my puzzle here. So this is panel number 7 of my 32,000 Ravensburger, New York City Skyline puzzle. So since we last talked, and as you saw in the video, I tackled these 2 buildings along the bottom here. Well, one building, just the straight part, the angled. That one there I got done, and I got a bit of green done there. But the bigger thing is I sorted out the top, thought I was missing a few pieces, did a count across the bottom and found I just had a couple in wrong. Got that straightened out, so got that together. And along here too, I have, just for a moment here, to bring this piece up. Bring this piece up here, and this one. Now we have 3 of the 4 edges done. This one here is going to be tough. A lot of black in it, so hard to tell I know I don't have all the pieces on the table, so this section here is going to be tough, so we'll forget that. So now I think the next thing to do is, when I look at this, this here is not going to be easy. It's going to be kind of piece sorting. Same with this will be shape sorting. And there's, other than this gray building and the green one, there's nothing really distinct in there. I've got a bit of this done. So I think I'm going to, which I think I have a lot of that one in this box here. So I think because we now have the bottom border and the left side of that building, I think we're going to try to do a bit of a sort and try to work up these columns on these buildings the same as I did here. Here I did the columns first and then filled in after. So I think we'll try the same thing here. If I get that, then that gives me a pretty good chunk, and it's starting to look looking good. So that's what we'll do. We'll see how we make out with that. Time for an update. Well, yesterday worked at it quite a bit, and if you remember, I had this box here which was full of a lot of brown pieces, and we've managed to turn that into this building here. And as you can see, for the most part, other than a little bit here at the very top, we have it all done. There's a few pieces missing, but they always do tend to show up. Along with that, I managed to get this green building done. A lot of the roof of this building came together once I realized that sort of bright yellow line was the border. This gray building, we had the top part done, had the sides somewhat separated. Once I figured out this was the glass for it, it came together pretty good. I had thought of doing this blue in here, but when I looked at it, it seems rather difficult, so we've sorted most of that and it's in there. So this was what's left of my sort of brown building and stuff. Obviously not a lot goes there, not sure where it goes right now, so we may have to consolidate a few of these. This is some gray pieces. This was my pieces that were floating in the middle, and these are pieces with partial window frame, partial building, and the bulk of them will go up this side here, but not really coming together right now, so we'll just sort of leave that for the time being. Oh, I see we got this in here. Let's put that in there. There we go. Okay, so now I have one bucket over there which is sort of the far horizon type pieces, plus there's the white with window frames, my black pieces, and also the what else we had over there? 3 buckets over there. White with window frame, black, and then the far horizon pieces. So I'll probably collect the far horizon pieces, and I think have to do a bit of consolidation and go through this and try to sort it into, I think if I can pull out this building here, this one here seems not too bad. Some of these others, I might be able to sort them from the horizon pieces. If I'm able to do that, then I think I might be able to pull it together a little more. Some of this stuff in here is going to be a little bit tough as it's kind of all one color, but it doesn't appear as though we're going to be able to complete one side to use the other side for shape. We're going to have to keep going by color and feel as we go and see how it goes, and then probably tackle the sky last. I have done the window frame before doing the sky, which I probably will at some point too, and that'll break the sky up into smaller chunks, but probably gonna have to consolidate some of these things and do some sorting. Right now we're 26 hours in, so pretty much on schedule, so we'll keep at her. All right, let's check and see where we're at. It's a morning of another day, so let's see what we got done yesterday. Okay, a lot of what we got done yesterday was I've got this sort of far horizon area in the bluish color, and this side here, which was more of a greenish color. Got that done yesterday. I did have some problems with my horizon there, and I had pieces in wrong. I managed to get that corrected. We got that building there. It was all, this tower was already there. This one we managed to complete and filled in some other areas here, up there, and picking away at things. But it's time now to make a sort of some kind and decide where we're going from here. So let's look what we got left for buckets. This one here is my black pieces, which will be bottom edge and the left hand edge mostly, and there'll be some other pieces inside the puzzle. For the most part, that's edge pieces. We'll leave that alone. This here is my sky pieces, which obviously go up there, and there's quite a few of those. Those are going to be difficult. We're going to leave those alone. This one here is my sky and window frame pieces. Those will get done before I attempt the sky, as we'll break it up into sections. And then this one here is what I consider to be this building right there, this middle gray building here. So I'm going to set that aside, and then it leaves me with, this was my miscellaneous bucket I've been picking away at, and as you can see has shrunk substantially. These were 3 other buckets this was my sort of far horizon stuff, only a few left there. This was miscellaneous. This was left over from my brown building there, so I just sort of left them out there. And then this one here is this blue building here. So I'm going to consolidate these 1, 2, 3, 4, and then I'm going to actually put them on cardboard and sort them by shape. And then what that should do is that should allow me to fill in this area here, and those, a few other areas that will allow me to fill in this, things like this here. Then that should have me down to this building, and then sky. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to consolidate these 4, put them on cardboards, shape sort them, and then go from there. Okay, got the sorting done. My standard 2 ins and 2 outs, horizontals, verticals, my little stand-up guys here, sideways, marching lefts and rights, and the little houses, up and down and sideways. So, like I mentioned, that should fill in the big center part of this puzzle quite a bit, other than that building. So we'll set the camera up, see if we can position it, and see how we make out with this. So as you see, my cardboards are pretty much empty. There's a little bit left on them, but pretty much all I see is going to fit in these spots in that center building. So what I've decided to do is I took all of the really dark pieces out, threw them in with the bucket with these ones, even though I know a few will go elsewhere, but we can come back to those. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to take these pieces which I filled with this building, and lay them out on the cardboards along with the ones I already have, and hopefully that will fill in all the lighter gaps. These darker ones, I'm assuming they will show up in either the bucket for here or the bucket of black ones. So I'm going to lay these out, and then once I get those laid out, we'll set the camera up and put them in for you. There, the cardboard's empty, and as you can see, we got this building here done. Still missing pieces here and there. I'm assuming the lighter ones are mixed in with sky. And I'm assuming these are either mixed in with my black ones, or I threw a number of dark ones in this bucket when I went to go do that. I took all the dark ones out and threw them in here, so I'm assuming I'll find some of those there. Hopefully find them all. I have so far 6 panels, haven't lost any pieces or missing any pieces, so could take a bit of a break and have a beer, and then I think maybe we'll come back at it and probably tackle this spot here. Then for the most part that leaves me sky to do, so we'll because now that I have this side here complete, I can do shape matching on this one. So this will be next, so check with you later. So here's where we're at now. You can't see the puzzle because of the cardboards, but it's all complete. Every piece is in. All we have left is the sky, which is 95%, 98% white with a little bit of blue. So I've taken all the pieces, sorted them with my standard up and down, 2 ins, 2 outs, side by sides, 2 ins, 2 outs, some marching lefts, marching rights. Oh, the little stand-up guys and sideways, and then my little hats and sideways hats. It's all there. So I thought, boy, it seems like there's about 1,000 pieces to go out of this 4,000 pieces. So out of curiosity, I counted them up, and it's actually 663. So because one side is not done, I'm not going to be able to shape match. There's a few rows I can work off of based on shape matching, and then but probably look for color first. Try to do any areas where there's some color, get that done, and then look if I've got any rows where I can match one side or the other, and then slowly build from there and try to get it down to smaller pockets and get her done. But all the black's been done around the edges, and after I did the window frame there, I did the down that side and across the bottom here. So that's all done. So this is what you see, 663 pieces of white. So let's get it done. There it is, done. Looks quite nice, actually. The sky took a while, but we got it all done. So total time on this one was 56 hours, 34 minutes. And that's panel number 7, this one, which only leaves panel number 8. So I'm actually quite pleased with that. It felt it went good. And for those of you who think you can't do a large puzzle in a small space, I think I may have proved you wrong. You can. So I'm happy with it. So now we're going to take it apart into sections and tape it and put it back in the box so that we're able to do section number 8. And then who knows what after that. So if you like this video, give me a like. Welcome any comments. And if you haven't subscribed already, please subscribe to the channel. And with that, we'll leave it there and catch you on the next video.